What is the large triangle in the middle of the picture? It's old and hanging on a wall. It's around 3 feet long and located in Pennsylvania. Some speculations between friends are a fire bellows, or some sort of pump for blacksmithing, a seed planter, and a long narrow butter churner. Do you have any ideas on what this could be? It's a 19th century Dutch window sprayer, used in the past to clean high windows. The bottom was perforated and placed in a bucket of water. One hand held the tube while the other moved the plunger up and down to draw the water from the bucket and spray it away under pressure. What is this heavy suitcase cabinet for some kind of electrical use? It looks old. I'm guessing it's a quack medical device from the early 20th century, but I'm not actually sure. Any ideas are appreciated. It's a 1940s diathermy apparatus, a medical device used to produce deep heating in body tissues by means of high-frequency electric currents. These machines were widely used in physical therapy, rehabilitation, and surgery to relieve pain and muscle spasms, increase blood flow and tissue healing, loosen stiff joints, and destroy or cauterize tissue during surgical procedures. It generated high-frequency electromagnetic waves, usually in the shortwave or radio frequency range. When these waves passed through body tissues, they caused molecular vibration, which produced internal heat. These were not considered a quack device. It was a legitimate medical instrument, widely used and approved by doctors, physiotherapists, and hospitals. These were used in licensed hospitals and military field units, especially during World War II for wound and muscle recovery, and backed by medical research showing its ability to increase blood flow, relieve pain, and promote healing. What is this thing that I think came from a bank? It has Mosler and Swiss Made stamped on it, with turnkey to write, and the disc is numbered from 0 to 120. I'm thinking maybe it's a time machine. Does anyone know what specifically it is called? It's part of a Mosler Bank safe time lock. It was patented on November 21st, 1916 by Edgar M. Benham of Norwood, Ohio. It's a timed locking mechanism fitted to a Mosler Bank safe or vault door that prevents the safe from being opened until a preset time. Mosler was a well-known American maker of safes and vaults, and their bank installations commonly used dedicated time lock devices as an extra layer of security. What is this metal object bolted down at the side of the road near Mount Fuji in Japan? A garage was next to it. I didn't see a matching example when I searched on Google. Can you please help me figure out what this is? This is a very old, traditional railroad switch lever from the 19th century through the mid-20th century. It's a mechanical lever used by railway workers to manually change the position of railroad track points, directing trains from one track to another. Before powered interlocking and electric switch motors, these levers were the standard way to control switches on early railroads. What is this door-like thing with some kind of lock I found inside my garage? Around 4.5 by 3.5 inches, the upper dial turns completely, but the lower key does not. It looks very old. It's made of brass, I think, with a small glass window with a number 17 on it. We've been puzzling over it for days, so any help is appreciated. It's an early 20th century post office box door. The top is the combination dial, and the bottom is the latch to open it once the correct combination is dialed. As these older style doors were replaced with more modern banks of boxes, many offices sold them attached to wooden boxes as souvenir keepsakes, piggy banks, etc. Not a big surprise to find one in the wild like this. I see them regularly at thrift stores and antique malls. What was this 19th century rattan backpack from Thailand used for? I came across this hand-woven rattan backpack, and it is believed to be a 19th century tribal work. I'm just curious what it was originally used for. Is it for daily carrying, maybe trade, or maybe ceremonial purposes? Have anyone seen similar pieces? It's a 19th century front pack basket, a traditional woven carrying basket designed to be worn on the chest or front of the body. It's part of everyday rural life in many parts of Thailand, especially among hill tribes and farming communities where people need to keep their hands free while carrying loads. What is this thing I found in a drawer of an old house? It consists of two metal wheels, most likely copper, each with a diameter of 2.5 centimeters, each with an arrow and a glass prism in the middle. I could not determine any useful purpose for it unless it was part of an optical device such as a microscope. Can anyone give some insight? It's part of an antique Lord Kelvin's azimuth mirror, a navigational instrument used with a magnetic compass aboard ships to measure the bearing of celestial bodies, like the sun or stars, or landmarks on the horizon. The instrument mounts on top of a magnetic compass bowl, and it has a mirror and sighting system that lets the navigator simultaneously see the reflection of the sun in the mirror and the compass card below. It was invented by William Thomson, a British mathematician and engineer, in the late 19th century, and became standard naval equipment through the early 20th century. What is this sword I found in my backyard in Brooklyn? It's around 27 inches long and pretty rusted. It must have been there for a very long time. It kind of looks like a cavalry sword from the Civil War era. Does anyone know what it is? It's a French model 1866 chassepot bayonet, designed for use with the 1866 French chassepot rifle and featured a recurved yataghan-style blade. These are fairly common and were in use up through World War I. Large quantities were captured by the Germans during the Franco-Prussian War, and many of these bayonets were sold to other countries. They were easily modified to fit various rifles. Although it may be too rusty to see, it should be marked on the blade spine with the factory, month, and year of production. Soaking it in vinegar for several days should help to remove the rust. What is this tool found on the wall of a Hickory Hollow, a restaurant in Houston, Texas? About 2.5 feet long and made of some kind of steel or iron. They have unique antique tools, photos, posters, and trinkets hung on the walls, similar to Cracker Barrels. To me, it looks like something you would grip with both hands and do a cutting or stabbing motion, but I don't really know. Any idea what this was used for? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.